Today I'm critiquing the biggest mansion in Utah and explain why it's a bad investment for most people. Let's watch this video together.
I think one of the most beautiful frames I've ever witnessed. This is something else. Insane. This is huge. Oh my God. Is that what I think it is? I wasn't ready for this.
Amazing. I like you as well, man. See? This is insane. I should have bought my swimsuit. That was actually pretty fun.
We just toured one of the largest homes in America, and I'm pretty sure after this video, this property is gonna sell. It's over 50,000 square feet, situated on 150 acres in the mountains of Utah, with an asking price of $12.9 million. Without a doubt, one of the craziest homes we've ever toured.
Crazy doesn't necessarily mean good.
All right, Kay, are we doing this?
Yeah, I'm so excited. Welcome to the Hobble Creek Estate.
I mean, where are we?
Well, we're at the end of Hobble Creek Canyon in Springville, Utah.
We're in the middle of nowhere. If you watched my Hobble Mansion review, that location was poor, but this one is significantly worse. Let me explain why. This is a dead-end canyon, meaning you have to go out of your way, loop south, and then go east, and then go up north to arrive over here. You're much farther away from both Salt Lake City and Deer Valley and Park City.
So it's 150 acres. And I just thought there are so many opportunities and things you can do to this property. And the fact that you can acquire an estate this size for that price point with these kind of absolutely jaw-dropping views, the scale is just absolutely insane.
We've had a couple contractors come up and give us bids. So to recreate this, you're a $50 million property, and we're priced at $12.9 million.
That's a trap, okay? I'm a big fan of purchasing properties under their replacement value, but not in all cases. I will explain later in the video.
So this morning we passed through the gates.
What is this? Like show jumping? What is this, like show jumping obstacles? Why does it look like this?
You get this incredible view corridor as you turn and look at the property, and you get these views looking out. This is the Wasatch Range of mountains with Provo Peak, which is about 11,000 feet in elevation.
So you own all the way to that hilltop.
You do. You own just over the edge of that hilltop. Plus, I mean, you look around and we're surrounded by national forests.
I would say national bushes. I don't really consider this forest. Look, I love the peaks, okay? I think beautiful, sharp peaks with a little snow on top, absolutely gorgeous. But what frames it is really, really important. This is just dirt. It's really bad. It's just like my complete visual representation of middle of nowhere.
Now, what a grand entry. Massive water feature in the center, your covered entrance.
Yeah, if you can imagine the layout of the home, you've got the indoor swimming pool here. This end right here is a NBA-sized half-court basketball court. You've got the grand entrance, 9-car garage.
How would you describe the architecture?
Let's see the explanation here.
That's a good question. It's almost has a Mediterranean feel. You know, they were designing it to try to be, something grand that mirrored some of the peaks. As we step back and you look at some of the pitch lines in the roof, and then you look at the mountain peaks in the distance, they tried to create, some reference to those.
I feel like it's mixed between Mediterranean, European inspired. It's really like a palace.
Okay. On the front, I would consider this Mirda Revival. And on the back, it's Ben Mola Neoclassical, okay? It's a complete shit show. It's a complete shit show. This is one of the ugliest representation of Mediterranean architecture I've ever seen. It's just butt ugly.
Throughout the tour, I'm going to talk about some of the things that I would do to this property to spend really the least amount of money and get the most amount of buck, because this is a serious property and the construction is all concrete and steel and it's in great shape, but it does need a little bit of updating, a little bit of facelift.
Just a little bit? Just a little, okay. We'll hear you out, Enes.
You know, it was built by a commercial contractor, Westland Construction, but to be able to buy it at $250 a square foot, this is a $50 million property.
Yes.
Oh my God. This is a $50 million property. Just trying to sell you the upside. This property will never be $50 million unless we go through some hyperinflation, okay? If a banana starts costing like you $100, this property would be 50 million too.
You know, you can build homes anywhere, but to find something in this type of a location you can't replicate with the views, to be at an end of a canyon with all these recreational opportunities.
Absolutely. And this covered entry is quite insane. Our Suburban looks somewhat small here, but that's where we have the front door.
So we've got an 8-car garage here, and then we've got a service garage right over here. But if you come out here, I mean, look at the views.
Oh
again.
my God.
This is what it's all about right here.
This is wild. This is absolutely insane. I think one of the most beautiful frames I've ever witnessed.
How? Enes, you've been to the Alps. You've been to Aspen. You've been to so many different countries, and this is the most beautiful? Come on. And I'm going to lay it out flat for you guys because I tell you guys the truth. Utah, with all due respect, okay, is not necessarily the most lush when it comes to landscape, okay? You got some beautiful peaks, but you just don't have that vegetation. It's really a mountainous desert climate, okay? And to me, that's not the most beautiful.
Now, we cannot come all the way to Utah and not invite my friend James, aka the Stradman, and his girlfriend Sophia.
This is Enes's magic bullet. I call it the shit sandwich, okay? You pick a really ugly home that hasn't sold or has a very difficult time selling. You sandwich it between some Lamborghini Ferraris, some exotic cars on top, and on the bottom you put some Patek or Rolex or a YouTuber on the bottom and try to package it, okay?
Oh, wow. It is so much bigger than the photos. This is insane.
Yeah, I mean, look at this chandelier. I think it's it's certainly the largest chandelier that I've ever seen in a home.
And then you have double staircase going up. This is a pretty grand space, and this detailed marble work in the center. And I mean, you can really keep the structure the way it is and maybe change the crown molding, go with matte color paint, and do new paneling. And I think a lot of these motifs is what's kind of giving its dated look. So if you get rid of even just the railing and maybe modernize it a little bit, take it back, or even, I mean, I don't mind the floors, but you can easily go over them with brand new hardwood floors because it would be a fortune to get rid of these floors, but it's such a good solid substructure too. And then you have these insane Corinthian precast columns.
You know, there's multiple columns throughout the house. There is a structural element to
Yeah.
these, so they would need to stay.
This is wild.
And if you step down, now look at that.
Oh my God, when you step down, the mountain just reveals itself.
Okay, let's talk about the approach and the wow factor. You definitely have the approach. It's not tree line. I mean, the scenery is not pretty at all next to you, but you do have that arrival experience. And the wow factor is not bad. You've got that volume initially. You've got that double staircase going up. And then you have that release with the view with huge windows. Not so bad. But did you spot the flaw? I give you guys 3 seconds to spot the flaw. I always pause the frame and ask my subscribers to spot the flaw because it's a muscle you have to exercise. 3, 2, 1. Low ceilings. You're like, what? Arvin, the ceiling heights are really high. Yes, when it's double, it's really high. But on the first floor, above the bridge connecting the two sides of upstairs, the actual ceilings, when it comes to 1-story level, the first floor is actually really, really low. It's below average.
This is an interesting space, I do want to point out. So when the owner was building this property, he was married to a woman who was from Russia. And so there were some of those elements that you'll see.
Oh, the babushkas. Nyats. This explains the gates at the front and the extreme palace neoclassical finishes we've seen here. Okay.
Marble fireplace. You'll see a similar fireplace over in the family room as well.
And again, this shows the property's age, but also if you can tastefully remodel, update the floors, the color palette here, some of the trim work, you can keep an intricate piece like this and make it be the focal point of the room. Because right now, there are so many details in this room between the railing and the columns. It's a little busy, it's a little overwhelming. So if you tone down some of those elements, a fireplace like this with a new trim, instead of the brass, maybe stainless steel, can immediately elevate the feel.
Do you agree with them? Do you think that's the right approach? Think about it, because I'm going to tell you my opinion later in the video, but think about it. Is that a good idea?
The way it lays out, you have 2 bedrooms here, 4 bedrooms upstairs, and just a total of 6 bedrooms.
This is where the primary starts?
This is the primary site. So again, 50,000 square foot home deserves a massive primary suite.
Oh my God. This has to be, for sure, I think one of the biggest bedrooms we've ever toured.
Do you see how the ceiling heights really show themselves in a space like this? It's really not up to scale. Whenever you open up a space like this and you don't have the right ceiling height, it just looks sandwiched, right? It just looks squished down. And that's one of the biggest negatives, that you can't renovate, okay? You cannot change this around. And it's really, you have to consider if it's the right move for you to either start scratch from nothing and build your own dream home, or buy something like this that you can maybe get a good deal on the purchase, but you have to modify things. And at the end of the day, you're not going to get exactly what you want. That's the dilemma, right? That you have to decide, is it worth it or it's not?
There's opportunities, obviously, to use the space differently depending on how you furnish it. Yeah. We have had a couple people who would have even talked about maybe even framing in a private little office space right here.
Office, lounge, partially separating it. I mean, a lot of opportunities here. And obviously getting rid of some of these window treatments and maybe updating the paneling and paint would immediately change the spirit of this room.
Dude, what are you talking about? Painting a 50,000 square foot home alone in the interior is somewhere around $500,000. Painting the exterior is another $500,000. It's such a slippery slope. It's like, with a little bit of tweaks, we can really make this special. It is such a slippery slope if you go down this road.
So the bathroom, again, is on scale
Sure
for
is.
the bedroom.
Sure is. Oh my God. I mean, you have to put some sort of lounging, something in the center to utilize the space. But this is not a bathroom. I mean, if you add few amenities, this could be your own spa for the primary.
It really could.
Small sauna, small steam room, and you can totally change the spirit here.
Dude, that's another $500,000. We haven't even got out of the primary suite. This is a huge bathroom. Are you serious? You want to renovate this? Oh my God.
Centerpiece is this big sunken tub. And again, as you kind of, bend down, and you can see the views that you would experience if you were in the tub. It's fantastic.
Why does this bathroom look like the Oval Office? Horrible. Oh my God, this is ridiculous. It's really, really bad.
You've got to see the closet, because the closet is incredible.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on in.
I didn't see it in the photos, I think.
No, I don't think we had pictures of the photos.
Okay, so this is the first section.
So
There's another section here.
It wraps around.
Okay. Oh my, okay. There's another section here.
Sometimes you'll get in these big homes and people will say, hey, our master bedroom closet is just too small. This is the opposite.
This is not the case here.
Enes, you could get stuck over here. And this looks like an Iranian missile city, doesn't it? It's got these launchers that come out of each one. Who designed this walk-in closet? This is ridiculous. This is a gut job. This is a total gut job.
Is that what I think it is?
This is a private entrance down to the swimming pool.
Oh my God.
And we're not going to go down these stairs right now. We're going to come to the swimming pool from the basement. But I wanted to just see, if you did want to go down and enjoy the swimming pool, you do have this private access.
I feel like if Richard Rich lived in 2010 and wanted a mountain home, this is kind of what he would build.
Yeah.
Yeah. And look at the length of this hallway.
We walked it off once. It's like 70 yards.
Okay, so we partially covered the right wing. Now we're going to the left wing.
Yeah, now we're going to go over kitchen, dining, family room. The property does have a commercial-sized elevator.
Dude, it doesn't need an elevator. It needs a people mover. Like the airports. This is humongous. You need to like stand up, go from the east wing to the west wing. It's freaking huge.
Living in the home and you had your dining, you know, your everyday dining experience would likely be right here. There's an incredible formal dining room. Another large chandelier, 20 plus foot ceilings. So a kitchen access, a large kitchen for a large home.
You can either work with the existing layout. I mean, these are expensive stone countertops, solid wood cabinetry. Simplest thing would be is maybe just update the handles and the appliances and kind of embrace the look.
I like how Enes is trying to fix it. He's like, let me.
You see the body of the cabinetry is all solid cabinetry. All you have to do is just simply unscrew it and take the fronts and get new fronts and get the base of the cabinetry all painted, and you can have a fresh kitchen by simply resurfacing this kitchen and then maybe changing the countertop and updating the appliances. Now it sounds like you're still changing a lot of the kitchen, but the fact that you're not touching your plumbing and ripping things, that makes it so much easier.
And less expensive.
A lot less expensive. But for some people, kitchen is very important.
What the hell is this? This is a horrible idea. This is a If you renovate this, that means you have to renovate the entire rest of the house too. And that doesn't cost a little bit. That costs a lot more. And you're still stuck with the scale. Oh my God. You see, this is exactly what happens when you hire a contractor or an architect, okay? They don't zoom out to figure out if this is even a good idea or not, okay? They're just like tools. So, right, like an architect is a tool. A real estate agent is a tool. A designer is a tool. They immediately start at the point that this project is going to make me money. So let me come up with clever ways to fix it. And I don't discredit Enes as trying his best to make it better. But you need someone to zoom out to see if this is even a good idea to purchase, okay, to renovate. Because if you ask a contractor, all will tell you yes, because they will look at this, they're like, oh, he's gonna find out in the project how much he's gonna end up spending, and that would be the dream project for me if it will pay the bills for the next 3-4 years.
You know, the other nice thing is somebody could move in and use it as is right now.
Yes.
Bingo. See, to me, if you are living in this area and you happen to like this type of architecture, interior finishes, let's say it's an upgrade for you, then you're talking, okay? But trying to fix a 50,000 square foot home, it's so much more costly than just buying a land and building your dream home exactly the way you want to, right? And not have these really weird, quirky flaws with the house that you will never be happy with. It will never be that dream home for you.
It would actually be great if someone moves in, embraces it, and lives in it for a year, and then realizes what the property is missing, what they would like to add on, and really come up with a cohesive plan to say, not only aesthetically we want to change these things, these are the things we want to add or reconfigure.
No, you should not buy this house if you think you're going to fix it up later, because I'll promise you, once you really go dig deep as how much it's going to cost you, you're way better off just buying a beautiful parcel of land. And don't believe this guy saying, oh, this is a unique lot.
Plus, I mean, you look around and we're surrounded by national forests.
There were 5-6 other lots right next to it, even if you love this location, that you could buy and just build your dream home from scratch than trying to fix someone else's nightmare project.
This was where the family hung out. This was the place where they had a TV on the wall. They had some very casual sitting. It is good size, and you replicate these massive windows. So you're looking down Hobble Creek Canyon right here, but just over here you're looking to the west, and you get these peaks that we've been looking at throughout the tour.
So you didn't even frame the view for the most usable area of the house, a family room, to make sure you get the peaks while you're hanging out there day in, day out. You have to go against the wall and look at the peaks. Great.
Let me just point out, this is a similar fireplace to the one we saw in the formal living room.
I would work with these fireplaces, and also a little note, the lines on top and the other one had a tube, they're actually mortared in. You can remove these lines if you wanted to. I love my sculptures, and I would actually take them and utilize them somewhere in the house as decoration, but I do think it's probably better to just leave some of the motif work and let the fireplace speak for itself. I think the lions are adding a little too much flashiness.
Yeah, that's it. Take out the lions. You're good. This is my least of worries.
And they're gas fireplaces, right?
They are gas. They
Perfect.
are
I
gas.
mean, if you want, you can probably change the interior unit as well, give it a new look, fresher look, and you have all the utilities, gas lines behind it.
All 20-foot ceilings here. It's such a big space, and it's hard to capture on camera, but you could certainly do multiple sitting areas in this room.
Easily.
What is this? Is this like a Nantucket coastal? Dude, we're in the middle of Utah, in the middle of a desert. You just painted everything white? Come on. Is it like a Hamptons? Oh my God.
So this level's divided up. We have 2 bedrooms on both ends.
What do you mean 2 bedrooms on both? You said there are 4 bedrooms upstairs. It's a 2-bedroom? The house is a 2-bedroom upstairs, 1 on this side, 1. Are you serious? This is a 50,000 square foot home and you have 2 bedrooms upstairs? Oh my God. This is crazy.
On this end, we have a playroom, and that end there was an office. So let's come down this direction.
So it's not even a bedroom. It's a playroom and an office. Oh my God.
So this is the largest bedroom upstairs.
Got it.
So a place you could get multiple beds. We're looking to the east on this one. All the other bedrooms look out to the west. Bathroom has a massive soaker tub. Look at that.
So here's the funny thing. Right now it looks dated. But if you were to pick the right wall color, change the fixtures, possibly the tub, all of a sudden this marble, and if you can maybe square off the edges.
Square off the edges. Okay.
But I would push my designer and my architect to say, work with this stone, give me a palette, wall color, and fixtures that complements this look. And all of a sudden, it's like you're reversing the retro aspect of the stone. I don't know if I've done a good job explaining it.
Yeah, it does. It makes total sense.
Because this is precious stone, but in this context, it looks aged. But if you fix everything else, all of a sudden it can allow the stone to be louder.
Please keep the sinks. Please. Please keep the sinks. Don't take those away. Look at the wall finish. Like this paint job, just to do the interior, you have to fix all these cavities over here. The interior paint alone is $500,000 easy, okay? Easy. I'm not even saying like you go expensive.
What is this?
This is the children's play area.
My God.
You know, obviously highlighted by the pirate ship slide into the ball pit.
Who are these children? I want to be one. I mean,
What a fun space. They even had a trampoline at one time over here.
What happened? Did some kid slam his head on the low ceilings and get a concussion? Come on.
here, I mean, it was built 15 years ago. You have these ceiling mount light fixtures, speakers that are attached to the ceiling. Nowadays, all those fixtures you can recess into the plaster. It's not that much work. You can easily cut out the openings, get new grills, and cover all these fixtures. So now they're blended into your ceiling design, and you change the paint color, absolutely different tone. You can go with smaller, more contemporary recessed lighting, or by simply installing trim around the room and giving it a mood lighting, you can eliminate a lot of those fixtures. And that alone would change the feeling of this room so much. And I like the thesis here, but getting new astroturf or making it a little bit more colorful, possibly bringing in some like living walls.
Dude, your render didn't even take out your recommendation. Your recommendation was to change the lights. The render just painted the walls. SpongeBob and Thomas the Train. Come on.
You can have a lot of fun with this space.
You could. One other thing too, to maybe just plant. We've had a few people come and say, hey, we wish I had more bedrooms.
Yeah. They're buying a 50,000 square foot home. And you have 2 bedrooms upstairs, 1 downstairs. My house has the same amount of bedrooms. And it's only 2,400 square feet. Come on. Come on. Isn't this a sign? This is a slippery slope project that will cost you way more than actually go buying a land and building your dream home exactly the way you want without flaws.
And then on the other side, we have 2 more guest seats.
This one's interesting in that it also has a safe door.
I was just gonna say, what's up with this massive hinge? You see, normally you will have like little 3 hinges for an interior door like this.
So this is a steel door, could be a panic room.
What are we panicking from? We're in the middle of nowhere. No one's going to come kill you here. This is crazy. You had 50,000 square foot of living space and you couldn't give me like a square-shaped bedroom or the only 2 bedrooms you have upstairs? And they're trying to distract from the fact that the door is freaking bulletproof. Come on. Come on.
This was the office.
I would just glass enclose this.
I would
right?
too. Yeah.
Like, I don't mind the location. I mind the fact that I can hear people in the family room. But then if I just had a picture window here.
That's a horrible idea. If you glass enclose this, the family room downstairs would be so ugly. It's going to look like a mezzanine level at a nightclub where the owner is like checking out his nightclub. It would look so ugly. And secondly, the office doesn't even have connectivity to the outside. Meaning if you have someone coming to do business with you, they have to come upstairs to your, like where your kids are freaking playing and come over here and enter your office. Horrible idea. This is upstairs living area. This is at best upstairs living area, TV room where the family could congregate if they don't want to go downstairs.
Let's start out here at the bowling alley.
Okay.
So you've got a 2-lane bowling alley, shuffleboard here. You've got just a wet bar.
Bowling alleys are not cheap. It's really hard for me to advise someone to put a bowling alley in their home just because I know how much it costs and you have to dedicate so much square footage. But they've done it here and they're willing to give it to you at a significant discount.
Oh my God. Okay, there's no question that they've completely overspent on this project, okay? To recreate this property, it will cost you a ridiculous amount of money. But that does not mean you should buy it. You should really change the mindset if you think you fall for these little tricks, okay? You didn't make all this money in your life, okay, to not get what you want, right? To get a deal on a crap property, it's not worth it because you will have the same freaking desperation trying to sell it one day. Don't fall for this stupid crap. It's like, oh, you're going to get this great deal. And it's just such a poor mentality of thinking about it in the ultra high end. In the ultra high end, you should go for absolute perfection. You should find a property that its location, its orientation, its finishes are so unique that it will be almost impossible to replicate. Anybody can build a bowling alley. It's not about getting the amenities. It's about making sure you have a unique product that is almost impossible to replicate. And this is not it.
Another fun part of the property, when they built this, they really wanted to have a shooting gallery. So they created this space. You've got a suspended slab ceiling.
Wait a minute. The part that you should have put bulletproof doors, you didn't. You put it in your freaking bathrooms and closets. These doors were supposed to be bulletproof for the shooting range. Oh my God.
In order to really turn this into a shooting gallery, obviously you have to have a company come in and they'll fit it out. But that's what this is all set up for.
So you know what it makes me think? You get one of those car elevators straight from the driveway.
We had someone talk about that.
And then you just drop it, and this is where you store your exotic cars. Here's why. It's air conditioned, private, not easily accessible. And these days, I mean, the collectors and some of the cars out there are crazy. We were recently in David Lee's garage. He bought a $38.5 million Ferrari 250 GTO.
Wow.
And this is the type of place where you want to keep those kind of cars. Not even in your garage. That's too sensitive. It's the barrier between outside and inside is just a garage door. But here, amazing car collection, amazing art collection. Because no sunlight is coming in, you can retain and protect your art. There are so many applications here. I want to talk about this. They actually use oversized forms, and you can see there are hardly any seams. So whoever built this, to your point, built it like a commercial project. Second, they use cast iron drain pipes.
Yeah, they will look beautiful next to your art collection. What an idiotic option. Look, if you have an art collection, okay, that it's worth keeping down here, you're not going to buy this house because one piece of art that you have will be worth more than the entire house. So why the hell would you buy this and commit to this piece of crap when you have such an expensive selection of art and so much wealth? Why wouldn't you just go build your own dream home? Because just to get a good deal, like this is what I'm talking about. Like a lot of very wealthy people, because they grew up poor, they still have that poor mentality where they're seeking a good deal. They're like, oh, this is a good deal, I should go. It's a flaw in your brain that you have to fix. You need to snap out of it. I'm serious. If you want to make more money, if you want to have better properties that appreciate with time, to have that cushion that you can actually have liquidity in time of crisis where you can sell a property quickly because it's so good, it's not buying a property like this because you got a good deal. It's about buying a property that you could liquidate immediately because it's just that good.
So our next element that I want to showcase is the theater room. So we've got 27 seats. You've got to sit down. These are some of the softest chairs I've ever seen.
Kind of like Lazy Boy Spirit.
They are. Here, have a seat.
Oh my God. They feel like an old school Cadillac.
No, it seems like a freaking where you would meet Lenin and Stalin. Freaking Mother Russia. The babushkas. This is like Soviet era movie theater in Moscow.
Well, what is this?
So this space is unique. So, this would be just kind of a comfortable, family room. You've got the fireplace over on this end. You've got a full functioning kitchen over here. You've got the walkout doors, which we'll come back and we need to go out and look back at the home from this angle.
Okay, so your backyard is not even level with your main living space. Okay, this is your basement, technically speaking, and it's got really low ceilings, which again, you cannot fix if you purchase it. If you love basements, one of the biggest flexes for basements is having a really tall ceiling there. It's really a wow factor or wow moment where no one expects when they go downstairs and they're like, oh my God, what is this volume doing down here, where it looks like a palace underneath the house, right? And this is exactly the opposite of that.
All right, well, come over here.
Okay, I'm going to take the other side.
This is where I'd love to get your ideas. I'll tell you what, it was designed to be a trophy room. So, the original owner was a hunter, and they had deer and elk and moose and bears and, all of that stuff displayed in this room.
This was an interesting marriage, Some like American dude who's a hunter marries this like Russian oligarch girl, and they build a freaking palace in Utah out of all places, and they don't even use it. Like, peace out. This was crazy. We just spent shitload of money, wasted it.
The ideas that I've heard of, and I would love to get your feelings, but turn this into a game room, an arcade space, put multiple TVs on there, ping pong, pool tables, arcade games. We've also had people talk about turning this into a ballroom.
Art gallery. You were talking about a studio. You closed that off. This is the craziest studio, gaming room.
Yeah.
Office, conference rooms, where it's glass enclosed, so it still has that entertainment area.
This whole glass enclosed thing Enes is suggesting, I don't know where the hell he gets these ideas, is horrible. Don't ever do this, okay? Don't ever glass enclose. It's like, don't create a little mezzanine level, okay? It's not high end. It's not ultra luxury, okay? You take the whole oomph out of this basement if you close this off in any way by glass. Do not do that, okay? This needs to be open to the other area. The whole idea concept is a massive basement. The volume sells. This should be a nightclub, okay? This is where you put the bar, whatever, a dance floor. It's obvious.
So this leads down to the swimming pool. On our way here, I want to point out a couple things. So, utility room.
Okay. Oh, our viewers love utility rooms, so let's go ahead.
Yeah, so let me just point out. So here's your electronics. So when they built this, they had an AMX system. AMX is defunct now. You'd want to swap that out to some kind of an updated smart home system.
$500,000 right there. That's it. $500,000 right there.
Now we're talking, Carrie.
Again, this is built, it's almost like a small hotel.
Not only that, for a 15-year-old home, this utility room looks fantastic. Built-in drains, your furnaces. I mean, look at all these connection points and bolts. This is serious plumbing.
Yeah, serious plumbing for 3 bedrooms. Are you kidding me? Oh, dude, this must have been one of the biggest real estate mistakes ever. I don't think I've seen another house who really screwed up this bad.
I've never seen it even in a resort here in the state of Utah.
Oh, this is massive.
It is. Let's walk over here to the left.
This is crazy. What? Oh my God, it's so much bigger.
It
It's
is
so much
big.
bigger.
And I'll turn on the waterfall in just a minute, but let me just point out a few things. So this is a lazy river. We have a waterfall that we'll turn on. It's about 12 or so feet deep. You have some cliff jumping places with the rope swing. There's a water slide that comes down right down into here. You have a hot tub here to our left, and then a kiddie pool area right there.
Oh my, the ceiling height, the skylights.
Okay, this is perhaps the coolest thing about the house, not because it's pretty, because kids will love this, okay? You know, if you got young kids, they will go wild over this. But that doesn't mean you should pay $13 million for it, okay? You can just take them to the water park. Overall, though, this is perhaps one of the amenities that it would be hard to replicate in other homes because of the volume. And it would be a benefit if you purchase this property.
Oh wow, and then there's
Has a full kitchen.
This is one of the craziest spaces I've ever been in.
There's two jumping platforms, so you have the higher one here and then a lower one right there. Or you could swing out.
Swing out. I might have to swing out.
You're gonna have to.
Yeah, I may have to. It's like a little playground.
Wow. Let's walk right over here. I want to just show you the tunnel, and then we'll turn off the waterfall.
Cool. Woo!
So
This
really
is wild. This is wild, dude. Unbelievable. I want to create an LLC, do a fractional ownership, and myself and my fans, we should all buy this thing and remodel it and make it a compound for the couple hundred people that are going to invest in this with me forever. It becomes a resort.
The worst investment idea I've ever heard. This is so bad on so many different levels. First of all, the location sucks, okay? You don't have any element why to choose people will come over here to congregate. So you're saying they're only coming for this house. And there's a lot of crazy houses in the United States, elsewhere in the world too. So there's this doesn't have any advantage over the other one. Plus, you only have 3 bedrooms, okay? I don't even care if you spent the money to fix this. The nightly rate you would be able to generate, fixed or not fixed, will never justify the carrying cost of this property and the mortgage payments that you would have to pay for this. The worst investment idea I've ever heard in my life.
I can see an owner of an S&P 500 company buying this, remodeling it and saying, corporate retreat. Their executives, their staff can come here, they can hold big events, conferences, and a lot of people can stay. I want to say 30 to 40 people can comfortably stay.
How? Where are they going to sleep?
Someone can take a very radical approach. It will cost a little bit of money, but although it's all fun, you can minimize some of the decor here and just turn that into like a light water feature and turn this into the craziest spa. You can even minimize the size of this pool here by simply squaring it off, and you have all this space and you properly turn it into a spa. I mean it, like Turkish bath, saunas, steam rooms, everything, because then I can see the value where the individual that buys this home, that's what they want to do.
Oh my God. That's the definition of throwing good money after bad. In this environment where there's major conflict, commodity prices shooting up through the roof over the next few years, and you want to start fixing something that is actually the best part of the house so far, kids are going to enjoy this, okay? Kids are not going to be like, oh, this is below my grade, okay? They don't have the best concept of luxury yet, okay? They're going to come in, they're going to enjoy that. And you want to spend money on this when it's already working? It's spent millions of dollars turned into a spa? Why wouldn't you just go build it? You can actually, and you don't need to build 50,000. They were so wasteful in the scale of this house. You could get all these amenities under 15,000, 20,000. There's so many homes that have bowling alleys, basements, swimming pools, water slides, and you can do that in 15, 20,000 square foot home easily. You can do it in a way better location at a lower cost than building this house and buying this house and then remodeling it.
You have 2 powder baths here. So this is an NBA-sized half court. You could do, today everybody loves pickleball. You could do 2 pickleball courts here. It does have the lines for a volleyball table. They used to hold big events in here, so cater events with tables and chairs.
Any of the NBA team owners that watch this video, please
Give
Carrie a call, consider this.
Dude, NBA teams need a full court, bro. What is this? This is good for a dodgeball team. Your local Utah dodgeball team. Okay, I'm done with this house. I'm going to give it an Arvin score. But before I do that, what's happening in the world right now is ridiculously dangerous if you don't know what you're doing with residential real estate. Okay, if you've got a project in mind that you want to purchase or spend money on, or if you own 3 to 7 different properties and you want consulting on the whole package, the whole portfolio of the properties you own, which ones to keep, which ones to sell, which ones will appreciate in the next 5 years, which ones will depreciate on the next 5 years. There is a massive amount of changes coming across the global, not just markets, but also residential markets, commercial markets. If you want me to be that guide to you, to help you through this crazy situation that we are entering right now, I would love to have that honor to be that, voice of reason to you. Here's the QR code. I would love to help you out, okay? I'm going to give it an Arvin score now. Location. I give it a 2, and I will tell you guys why. It's significantly worse than the Hobbit mansion. Why? It's farther away. It's a dead-end canyon. You were already you're in the middle of the boonies. Now you just even got farther out, okay? There's no city. There's no village. There's plenty of promontories just like this around it. If you look on Google Maps, that you can purchase for peanuts. Considering the lack of liquidity in all markets right now. Lot quality, it's a 10. You got hundreds of acres. It's an absolute 10. A lot of it is also flat. That's good. Lot utilization, you have the frontage, you have the motor court, you have the private driveway. Setbacks are endless. It's another 10. Privacy, another 10. You're gonna get 10 out of 10 privacy if you're in the middle of nowhere, okay? That should be given. Lot orientation, you're orienting everywhere. There's a lot of flat area to build on this. Architectural style. Look, as I said in the beginning of the video, the front facade is a Mirda revival and the back facade is a Ben Molla neoclassical. It's going to get a 2. Views, I'm going to give it a 4, okay? Because the peaks were absolutely beautiful, but it matters what's framing the view, okay? National forest, aka bushes, doesn't cut it for me. And I love Utah. I love skiing in Utah, but the scenery is just not as lush. It's very desert. I enjoy the peak, but I just don't enjoy what's framing it. And for that reason, it's going to get a 4. Layout. Look, you have the wow factor when you walk in, but the house is a 3-bedroom. like you can't make this stuff up. And the connectivity is extremely poor. The indoor-outdoor flow, you had a patio, but you didn't really talk to the acreage. You had to go to the basement to go into the acre. I'm going to give it a 3. Scale and volume. Look, initially you're looking at the basketball court or the swimming pool area. Those are not like the parts that is going to define the space. The space that you're going to be using, half of it had double height ceiling, but the other half was really, really low. I'm going to give it a 6. Finishes, this is an easy one. I'm going to give it a 2. I mean, it's completely dated. It's not in demand. It's not going to get anything better than that. This is the Arvin score. If you want to see a property I actually really, really like, watch either one of these 2 videos. And here's the QR code for my inner circle. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the comments.